Hi, my name is Mark Remke with the Santa Cruz Bujinkan Dojo and the Ninja Learning Network. Today I'd like to show you some Bokken drills for blocking and striking accuracy and ability. So we've come up with a couple of different drills going back and forth with the partner that help to line up your angling, distancing, and timing perfect. And they're really fun because you actually get to do some contact training and it works really good. We've labeled them like number 1, 2, and 3, and 4, just to keep it simple and basic. But these will be really fun for you guys. So just like any kata or waza or whatever you'd like to call it, we're just going to have a certain way that we're going to attack and defend on these. And what that's doing is it's going to be teaching us angling, distancing, and timing. So a lot of people go, oh, the guy has to attack that way and he has to do this. Well, for this particular thing, yes, but what is that really teaching me? Because you only need to do these a few times to get the concept behind what you're learning, not the actual waza or the technique. That is a way of teaching you how to look at something. So this is what I'll show you as we go through of why you're learning a concept that can be applied into any type of situation with maybe he attacks in a different way. Well, then I've learned how to distance myself properly and be out of the angle of attack in an advantageous position to return, if I wanted to, an attack and then handle the situation or run away. There's a lot of different ways to handle every situation. So these are, this will be number 1 sword Bokken waza, we'll call it. I'm making that up as we go. It's just a couple of ways to hit and block. So, but these are really fun. So attacker 1 is going to draw out with a nuki-uchi, draw. And so first thing we have to do is distance ourselves. So let's have you step back a little bit further, and I'll step back a little bit. And now we're both going to be drawing out at the same time. When we draw out, we want to be close enough to where we're not actually able to cut each other. So back up a little bit more. Okay, now we're at an angle where he has to take a second step to attack, or I do, in order to hit him. So we both step back into our position. And so we're pretty far apart here. I'd say we're like almost 7 or 8 feet apart. As I step forward and he steps forward, we're both going to draw with our right foot forward and a right nuki-uchi. So this is the first number 1 position. The second position is he's going to come in, step forward with his back leg, and then step forward again with his right, like a shuffle step, and cut down in kiri-uroshi. Bam! That will put him hitting me right in the head if I stay here. So we go back to our starting position. Let's move over this way just slightly. There you go. And we draw. Boom. As the attack comes in, I'm going to step offline and block with uki-nagashi. Uki-nagashi, for those of you who don't know, is bringing your sword up at a 45-degree angle like this. So it's a rooftop block. His sword will hit and go off to the side. So we start from our starting position. We both draw. He cuts. I do uki-nagashi. And then I'm going to come down and cut onto his wrist. It's the closest part of his body to me for me to cut. So I've stepped basically into a 45-degree angle off to the side. And what happens, we check our distance now. I'm touching his hand. He swings his sword at me and can't hit me from here without stepping again. So I'm in a very good angle position for this sword to be at. If I was closer over here, now he could turn and he can cut me. He can touch. So just stepping at this 45-degree angle makes that whole thing happen when he goes to do the touch, or he can't. He could angle up and hit my arms, but I can also just drop my block a little and pass it through. So we go back one more time, and we do number 1. You just acknowledge with your attacker who's doing the attack. We know he's going, just for demonstration on this one. Boom, and we're down. So this is the end position. He checks his distance. We're good. On the drill then, I would go next. I would step forward, draw, and attack, and he does the defense. And then we check distance, and he's in a safe position. So this is really good drill. Once you guys have dialed it in, you don't have to talk and waste time like this. I just acknowledge I'm the attacker. We both get ready, and we kind of speed it up a little bit, so you'll see it here. And then test. Always test at the end to make sure your distance is good, because this is reality. If he's in too far, the difference between hitting and cutting is very minimal, and that's what we want. That's when we have realistic training distance. If you're way out too far, it's not good. You can't return an attack as quickly and get inside. So that you have to pay attention to proper distancing and angling. Excuse me. On the second one, we'll call this one number 2. We're going to do the same thing, but the difference with this one is the attacker draws with the right foot forward and comes down with the same kiryaroshi, downward cut. The defender on this one steps forward with their left foot this one and does a gyaku nukiuchi, a reverse draw. Nukiuchi is right foot forward, right hand. Gyaku nukiuchi is left foot forward, left hand. Okay, so he's going to do the attack. We both draw. He comes in for the attack. This time, I step out with my right foot, and I come out to the side with an uki nagashi. Then I pull my left foot back, touch his wrist, and he checks distance again. We're just out of the distance, and so I've done a proper technique. We'll do it one more time. Let's move just this way a little. There we go. Ready? And he checks his distance. And we're at a good distance again. So then I will be the attacker this time, and he'll step forward with the left foot to do the defense. Ready? Got him. All right, this is good training. So this is a really good point. I'm so glad that just happened. This is reality training. We should be getting hit, and we should have bruises, and we should have all sorts of stuff happening to us if we're training properly. Because if you're not pushing the envelope and you're not trying hard and you're always safe and you're never having little tiny dings and stuff, then you're not really training. You think you're training, but you're not pushing it enough. So it's okay to have these things happen. It's really good because we're in a dojo, in a controlled environment, and yeah, we wrapped his fingers, so what? That happens. That's part of the fun of this. That's why we're testing ourselves to really see if it works or not. So we'll do another one. Ready? There we go. And now that time, flawless. That's how Kyle rolls. Okay, so this is 1 and 2. These are good ones to get started with. Remember, uki nagashi, as the person is coming down, flows so that the block is up above your head so you don't get hit in the head if they come down with a crushing blow. You're stepping off line and just making this happen. So try these at home or in your dojo and have fun with them. Number 1 and number 2 of Bokken sword training drill. Have a good time.